Hello, my name is FRANCESFOX, and I'm a trained remote viewer, specializing also in interspecies communication. All my psychic abilities have been trained since I was a child. If you're noticing that I look kind of worried, I am. I just finished doing news from other dimensions in Spanish, and what I saw, I do not like. I chose a photograph having to do with astral travel and saying that we're going to astral travel with no return ticket. In other words, we're going to leave our physical body, our spirit, and we're not going to come back at some point relatively soon. At least all the signs are there. But something is going to happen before that. So I'm going to show you a map again. And I did not have it here. This is your physical body, your mental body, which are those 72,000 strings. The center chalice is the Holy Grail that everybody's been searching for. Anyway, we found it and we're working with it. It's not the point. When I started to give a healing in the previous video, on the right hand shoulder, which is prosperity, a little bit of fame and reputation, a little bit of health, and a little bit of family, there was this big black ball coming in to us, all of us in the other dimensions. So I very confidential, confidently, I'm shaken, said, well, okay, take your breath there and I'll start to move this. I could not move it. That is moving in onto planet Earth to human beings on the right shoulder, which has to do with prosperity, is not moving. It's moving in. I can't move it out. So now take your breath to your right shoulder, breathe, do the mantra, even though I'm afraid I won't be able to pay my bills, I love and accept myself. So that if there's any part of you that has had fear of not being able to pay bills, I was glad to see that little dolphin that snuck in. I don't know what that's all about. I am dolphin consciousness. If there's any part of you that has any financial fear, you need to clear it now. You need to clear it now because something is going on planet Earth and it is not good and it's coming in on the physical dimension. So it's prosperity very much in the physical bank dimension, banking, bank accounts, real estate, mortgages, ability to pay bills. I'm really shaken. I've never seen something like this. So, in terms of news from other dimensions, you have to have your right shoulder totally operational. You have to deprogram out of you any fear you have about money, not being able to pay bills, etc., any unfairness with money, because that is inside of you if you haven't cleared it. And that's law of attraction. You will attract to you problems with money. And with this thing that's on its way, that's really close, it's like right here, you're going to have a problem. That's what prophecy is about. That's why people should be psychic. They can see the other dimensions and can see it before it manifests on the physical. So do me a favor. Use your instincts to see if you should trust me. And then go ahead and see what the economists say about the economy and about the whole thing collapsing. Put the two together and go, you know what? I need to clear up the other dimensions. Of course, at the same time, you're making sure that you're as financially secure as possible, but you can't do that in 10 minutes. And yet, you can do the mantras in 3 minutes. You're not going to finish with them in three, but you will already have started to clean up your act in the other dimensions so that this that is already basically here does not land on you. It has been said forever by the Mayans and in the Bible that in end times, it's going to be chaos, but there will be a group of people that will not be subjected to that chaos. I am not a prophet of doom. I am a prophet, prophecy. I have watched myself. The military and the scientists watched me when I would say things when I was young, and it was concluded that I was really good at assessing the future. But you don't assess the future. You don't say something prophetic, which has to do with the future, without knowing that this is a planet of free will and that you can change that. Now, this is big. If you do not have the ability to keep your focus on being prosperous, of not being afraid of a lack of prosperity, of knowing that you create your reality, if all the bad news is going to take your focus, intention, and energizing to the bad news, if you're going to be constantly reacting and staying in that reaction, you're not going to be able to hold your intention to be prosperous in the midst of chaos. I have been teaching classes about being prosperous in the middle of chaos since 1999. I knew in 1999 that something huge was going to happen. Does that mean I'm a pessimist? No. It just means that instinctively, I knew that that was something that we all really need to work on. And I dropped the classes for many years because everything was fine. And I picked them up again a couple years ago. And it's actually the class that I've never let go of in the last 2 years. We give a class, it's in Spanish. I'm going to start it in English. Prosperity in the midst of chaos. Something very, very big is coming in. And guess what? If you go to your home, remember you align this Bagua map with your home. And the entrance of your home, whether you come in through the garage or the front door, is there between your legs. It's the career section. If you find that there's some issue with your body or your home, this Fox Bagua map, which I discovered, not the Bagua, but the relationship to the body and to your home, if there's anything the matter with the bottom part of your body, the lower part of your trunk, you're going to have problems with career. And if you go to the top left on the photograph, but top right in terms of your body, if you're having problems there, the arm, that breast, half of the breast, the side of the head, you're going to have problems with prosperity. So if you have aches and pains there, you take care of it. And I don't mean you go and have surgery. You do whatever it is that you can to strengthen it, purify it, etc. And if in your home, that part of your home, you walk in the door that you used to enter, all the way to the back and all the way to the left in terms of your home, it's on the right. If a painting falls off the wall, all of a sudden there's a leak in the ceiling, there's something the matter with the floor, or there's all of a sudden mold growing there, such as I saw in a plant that I have had there forever, you know that you've got a problem. And it's in the prosperity section and you need to deal with it. I am not the temple of doom. I am not negative. I give accurate reporting on what I see in the other dimensions. And unfortunately, I have been incredibly accurate. We are going to fall into some tough times in terms of prosperity. There's a lot that you can do to make sure that you can stay prosperous in the midst of chaos. And I don't know what to do about the graphic that I chose for this session of news from other dimensions, because what I chose is totally inappropriate, but I have to give the news as I see it and not try to be appropriate and not try to be correct. But if you notice the graphic, you'll see that it's off center. I could not get it to center. And that's an indication of what's going to be happening to all of us. We're going to have to work extremely hard to stay centered and to stay prosperous in the midst of chaos. Stay connected with us. I'm going to start doing more classes in English. Totally necessary. And hopefully at some point, I'll become your favorite psychic spy. I never wanted to be a psychic spy, but honestly, if that's what I had to do to be able to do this today, thank you, God, for positioning me that way, which was actually my choice, even though I didn't know it.